Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to 9 Trees podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book, Wellbeing, the 5 Essential Elements. By Tom Rath is a practical guide to understanding what it means to live well and how to make that idea measurable and actionable. Rather than treating well-being as a vague feeling or a single outcome like happiness, the book frames it as a multidimensional state shaped by everyday choices, relationships, and environments. Rath draws on widely discussed survey-based research and workplace data to argue that thriving is not an accident, but a set of conditions people can influence. The core promise is clarity. Readers learn a simple framework that organizes the major drivers of a good life into 5 elements, each with distinct behaviors and signals. The book also emphasizes that small adjustments can compound over time, especially when they align with personal strengths and social support. With an accessible tone and a focus on application, it speaks to individuals, leaders, and teams who want a shared language for well-being and a realistic path to improving it. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, a 5-element framework for thriving. The book centers on a straightforward model that defines well-being through 5 essential elements: career, social, financial, physical, and community. The value of this structure is that it prevents a common mistake in self-improvement, over focusing on one area while neglecting others. Rath presents well-being as interconnected, where progress in one element can reinforce another, but also where deficits can quietly erode overall quality of life. By separating the concept into distinct elements, readers can diagnose where they are thriving and where they are merely coping. The framework also helps people move from vague goals to specific behaviors. Instead of aiming to be happier, a reader can aim to feel engaged at work, deepen key friendships, gain control over spending, improve daily energy, or strengthen their sense of belonging. This approach is especially helpful for conversations in families, teams, and organizations because it provides shared categories without reducing well-being to a single score. The model encourages balance without demanding perfection, inviting readers to choose targeted changes that fit their reality while keeping the full picture in view. Secondly, career well-being, daily engagement, and meaningful contribution. Career well-being in the book is less about job titles or prestige and more about how people spend a large portion of their time. Rath emphasizes the importance of liking what you do each day and having opportunities to use your talents. This element focuses on engagement, purpose, and the sense that your effort matters. Readers are encouraged to pay attention to moments of energy versus depletion, which can reveal where work aligns or clashes with strengths. The book also frames career well-being as a long game, shaped by relationships with managers, teammates, and mentors, along with the ability to make incremental improvements in role design. For many readers, the most actionable insight is that career satisfaction is not only a matter of changing jobs. It can also involve adjusting responsibilities, seeking feedback, building skills, and establishing clearer boundaries. The topic connects to overall well-being because work affects stress, time, identity, and financial choices. By treating career as a daily experience rather than a distant destination, the book provides a practical lens for making near-term changes that improve motivation and reduce burnout. Thirdly, social well-being, the power of close relationships. Social well-being is presented as the quality of relationships and the presence of supportive connections that make life more resilient. Rath highlights the idea that having a few strong relationships can matter more than having a wide network of weak ties. This element focuses on trust, companionship, and the ability to share both challenges and celebrations with others. The book frames social connection as a core driver of thriving because it influences emotional stability, decision-making, and even persistence toward goals. It also notes that relationships do not strengthen by accident. They require attention, time, and repeated small acts of care. Readers are guided to think about the people who energize them, the relationships that feel reciprocal, and the routines that keep connection alive. Social well-being links directly to the other elements. Supportive relationships can make it easier to pursue better health habits, manage finances, navigate career stress, and feel rooted in a community. By placing social well-being alongside career and physical health, the book counters the tendency to treat relationships as optional and instead positions them as foundational. Fourthly, financial and physical well-being, stability, and daily energy. The book treats financial well-being as a sense of control and security rather than a specific income level. Rath emphasizes that thriving financially often comes from habits and planning that reduce anxiety and enable choices. This includes managing obligations, preparing for setbacks, and making spending decisions that reflect priorities. Physical well-being, in turn, focuses on having the health and energy to get things done. It is framed as day-to-day vitality supported by movement, rest, nutrition, and preventive care. A key theme is that financial and physical well-being reinforce one another. Financial stress can disrupt sleep and routines, while low energy can reduce consistency in work and money management. The book encourages readers to focus on practical levers, such as routines that support consistent activity, better recovery, and smarter defaults in spending. Rather than pushing extreme transformations, the emphasis is on sustainable changes that fit real life. By defining these elements in terms of control and energy, the book makes them measurable in everyday experience and highlights how small improvements can yield immediate benefits in mood, performance, and resilience. Lastly, community well-being, belonging, purpose, and contribution. Community well-being addresses the sense of connection to where you live and the feeling that you are part of something larger than yourself. Rath frames this element as more than civic pride. It involves safety, shared identity, and opportunities to contribute. Readers are encouraged to consider how their environment influences habits and mindset, including whether their neighborhood, workplace, or social groups support healthy routines and constructive norms. The book also underscores that community is not only a place, but a set of relationships and responsibilities. Acts of participation, such as volunteering, helping neighbors, or engaging in local groups, can strengthen meaning and reduce isolation. This element matters because it ties personal well-being to broader systems. When people feel they belong, they are more likely to sustain positive behavior change and recover from setbacks. Community well-being also helps translate individual success into lasting satisfaction, since achievement can feel hollow without connection and contribution. The topic invites readers to take small, concrete actions that build belonging, from showing up consistently to investing time in shared spaces and causes, thereby reinforcing the other elements of well-being. In conclusion, this book fits readers who want a clear, research-informed framework for improving life satisfaction without getting lost in vague inspiration. Professionals navigating career stress, parents balancing competing demands, and leaders who need a shared language for team health can all benefit. The 5-element model helps readers pinpoint where they are thriving and where they are vulnerable, making change feel manageable. By focusing on daily engagement, relationship quality, a sense of financial control, physical energy, and community connection, the book encourages improvements that translate into better mood, stronger resilience, and more consistent performance. It can benefit a reader's life by turning well-being into practical choices: how you structure your day, who you invest in, what habits support your body, and how you build stability and belonging over time. Compared with similar books that emphasize only mindset or only fitness, this one is worth buying because it integrates multiple domains into one coherent system. It is also useful as a reference for ongoing check-ins, allowing readers to reassess priorities and make small corrections that add up to meaningful change. If you would like to support Tom Rath, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.